to make a simple side bag. I'll be starting by mentioning the materials that will be needed. Number one, you need your pattern. You can see you need your pattern. Then you need a thick leather, though not that thick, you can see, for padding the bag. Then you need a soft leather, you can see this, for lining, to line the inside of the bag. Then this is the fabric. Actually, I decided to use this as the fabric that I'll be using for the bag. Then you need this is a double face leather for the flap. You can see that, double face leather for the flap. Then you need your hanger. This is hanger for your chain handle, you can see this. Then you need your pin or rivet, let me call it rivet, that will hold the hanger. So now let's move to the measurements. Number one, you can see this is for the front and back. So the measurement for this is 9 by 7 inches. You can see that, but I'm going to make this slant like this. So how am I going to achieve that? I'm just going to measure 0.5 from this side. You can see 0.5 inches from this side, then 0.5 inches from this side too. You can see that. Then after doing that, I'm going to roll this down. I'll do the same for this side too. Then cut it out. You can see that. So this I'm going to use to measure out my front and the back. Then this is for the side. You can see the measurement for the side is 3 by 7 inches. This is 3 by 7 inches. You can see that. But if you notice, you see that this thing is slanting, like it has a slanting shape. Like this place looks smaller than this place. So what I just did is that after measuring out 3 by 7 inches, I just measured like 0.2 from this side, then 0.2 from this side too. You mark it out like I did for this, then you roll it down and cut out, so you have your slanting shape. Then you also notice that there's a H shape at the bottom here. So how do you achieve that? What you just do is after measuring your 3 by 7 inches, just come down here, you measure 0.5 from the bottom, then you mark it out. Then you come to this side, you measure 0.5 too, you mark it out. Then you do the same thing for this place too, 0.5 here, then 0.5 here, you mark it out, then you cut the H out. So that's how I achieved this. Then for the bottom, normally the bottom is supposed to be 3 by 9 inches, but here I'm having 3 by 8 inches. I'm having 3 by 8 inches. The reason is that when I'm going to sew the bag like together, this side, this H on the side is going to add to the bottom of the bag. So I have to remove 2 of this from the length of the bottom. So normally it's supposed to be 9 inches, but I removed, this is 0.5, this is 0.5. So I removed 0.5, like that's 0.5 times 2, which is 1 inch. So I had to remove 1 inch from the bottom. So that's why I have 3 by 8 inches. Then this is the flap. The flap comprises of, I can say flap and the flap head. So the flap is should be 3 inches, just mark it out. Then the flap head is I choose 1.5 inches for the flap head. Then this is also okay. The flap is 7 inches by 7.5 inches. You can see that. So but here I'm going to divide it into flap, the flap edge, and the remaining part that will be fixed to the back of the bag. So here, for the part that will be fixed to the back of the bag, that one I choose to use 1.5. So, and for the flap edge, I also want to use 1.5 inches. So after removing, that's 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3 inches. So after removing that 3 inches, the remaining part for the flap will be 4 inches. You can see that, 4 inches. So that makes it 7 by 7.5 inches. So after cutting your pattern, like after you've gotten your pattern, so you now place this your pattern on this leather, this thick leather. You can see, place it on the thick leather and mark it out. You mark it out, then cut it out. You mark the flap to cut it out, the bottom, the side. So I've already done that. So you cut that one out. So after cutting that out, so you now take your fabric, the fabric that I'll be using for the bag. I'm going to, this leather that you already cut, you're going to gum it to the fabric that I'm going to gum it to the fabric that I'll be using. So I've already done that. You can see this is the leather, this one. You can see this one. I already cut it to the shape of the shape I want. Then I've already gum it to this fabric. You can see this is the front, this is the front, and this is the back. You can see that, front and back. Then this is the side. This is the side. I have two sides. This is it. You can see this is the second one. These are the two sides. I've done that for the two sides. So this is the bottom. Then I'm using double face for the flap. You can see that. I want to I decided to double it to make it thicker. You can see this is the flap. Then also for the lining, I said we'll be needing soft leather for the lining. I've already done that. After cutting the leather and wrapped it with this fabric, so just cover the inside with the soft leather, like I've already done here. You can see I've done that already. You can see that. So after having done all this, the next thing is move to the sewing of the back. So the next thing we'll be doing now is the sewing of the back. So let's move to the sewing. So kindly subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when I drop my next video. See you next time. Bye.